Hey guys, in this video, we're going to head to the border of North Carolina and Virginia, starting in Meadows of Dan and heading out west from Sparta and back again. There's going to be turn-by-turn directions and GPS data linked down in the description. Finally, make sure to ring that bell so that you're notified of any future videos. It does help and is much appreciated. We are going to start in Meadows of Dan at the Willville Motorcycle Campground. This ride makes a 166-mile loop and is a full-day ride. This is a mountainous ride with some twisties, but most of the curves are not very tight and can be reasonably handled without any concern. I would consider the difficulty of this route to be moderate. This ride begins at the Willville Motorcycle Campground. I can't recommend this campground highly enough if you're motorcycling in this area. They have a couple of small cabins and a bunkhouse. There's an open camping area further down near the stream and a few remote campsites for adventure motorcyclists. What makes this place special is the camaraderie of the motorcyclists. In the evening, a bonfire is set up for all of the campers, which is a great place to sit and visit with other motorcycle enthusiasts. It is a wonderful experience that you shouldn't miss. They also have a covered area for occasional events at the campground. There are 5 suggested routes listed as day rides on the Willville website, and this route I'm going to go over on this video is one of them. We begin our ride by getting on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The Blue Ridge Parkway started during the FDR administration and ended in 1987, taking 52 years to complete. Originally, the Parkway was called the Appalachian Scenic Highway. The speed limit does not exceed 45 miles per hour on the Parkway. So along this portion of the ride, you can kick back and relax and enjoy the scenery. The first place I would like to point out here in Fancy Gap is the Mayberry Station Grill. This place is a complete hole in the wall. The food is sold out of a trailer and is slid down to you in a milk crate on a wooden track. Don't be deceived by its looks. The barbecue and the burgers are quite good. However, you will be eating your food at the picnic table or standing next to your bike. There is no indoor dining area. They don't serve breakfast, so on this route, you will most likely skip stopping here, but it's worth knowing about for future rides. Now, the other place of interest in Fancy Gap is the J. Sidney Allen House. This is the house of Sidney Allen, who was the brother of the infamous Floyd Allen. They were known for the Carroll County Courthouse tragedy in 1912. Sidney lived in Fancy Gap, but the trial and shootout occurred in Hillsville. Now, as legend has it, in 1898, Floyd and his brother Sidney's father had passed away. When the estate was being divided, they got into a ruckus over a barrel of brandy. Floyd shot Sidney in the head and then began to beat him in the head with a rock while he was out cold. Sidney somehow came to and shot Floyd, which ended the affair. Neither died, but Sidney had a silver plate in his head until the day that he did die. Now, neither one was prosecuted for this apparent ruckus. The Allens were a powerful clan in this area, being related to most of the people in the county. Floyd, who was the patriarch of the clan, operated in Carroll County for years with impunity. However, this changed when he was tried for freeing his nephews from incarceration. Apparently, Floyd struck a deputy with the butt of his gun, knocking him unconscious. He freed his nephews, who had been arrested for brawling at a church event. Now, when Floyd was sentenced at his trial, he declared that he wasn't going to go to jail, and a shootout ensued. At the end, 5 people had died and 7 were wounded. Floyd was arrested the next day and eventually executed by the state. His brother Sidney fled to Des Moines, Iowa, and was captured and imprisoned after a 6-month manhunt. Okay, let's keep the ride ruckus-free and head over to the Blue Ridge Music Center further down the Blue Ridge Parkway. This music center celebrates the music heritage of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Every day they have live music in the breezeway between 1 and 4 p.m. You will most likely be here well before the live music begins, but it's still a nice place to stop and stretch your legs. If you enjoy old-timey music, then this is a must-stop. Near the Blue Ridge Music Center are the Fiddler Roost cabins. There are 6 different cabins with varying sizes and amenities. Breakfast is included with the cabin rentals. This is a great place to stay near the music center if you want to customize your ride around the fiddle and the banjo. Now, once we head through Sparta, we're going to head over to Piney Creek, North Carolina. This town has a restaurant called the Dog Bar and Bistro. This place has an interesting menu. It's as if Brooklyn broke loose from New York and slammed straight into the Blue Ridge Mountains. Although the menu may seem a little pretentious, the ambiance here is relaxed enough that you don't have to worry about raised eyebrows if you stop by on your motorcycle, and is worth checking out, especially if you consider yourself a foodie. They are only open for lunch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From Piney Creek, we're going to head up towards Troutdale, where we will find the highlight of this route. Sarah's Fox Creek General Store is a favorite shop for motorcyclists in this area. This is an old-timey general store where the shelves have been moved to the walls to make room for the tables. They are known for having good food, especially their barbecue. If you time your ride just right, you might be able to enjoy some local music. Regardless, this is a fun place to stop on your ride. The people are friendly, and it's enjoyable enough to keep coming back as you ride through this area. With full bellies, it's time to continue on our route, skirting the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area. The Mount Rogers National Recreation Area manages approximately 200,000 acres of national forest land. The Mount Rogers Scenic Byway stretches about 50 miles, offering some amazing views of the countryside. The U.S. Forest Service operates and maintains 11 campgrounds and over 500 miles of trails in this area. If you stay in this area and you do some hiking, you might run into some of the wild herds of free-roaming ponies. Over 1 million visitors come to Mount Rogers every year. The Mountain and National Recreation Area are named after William Barton Rogers, the first Virginian state geologist and the founder of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or better known as MIT. Next on our route is we're going to cross over the New River. Ironically, the New River is one of the oldest rivers in the world, estimated at 65 million years old. What's interesting is that the river flows north and west, whereas most rivers on the East Coast flow south and east towards the coast, emptying into the ocean. On the banks of the New River is a structure known as the Shot Tower. In 1757, Austinville lead mines began operations, the same year that the Fincastle Resolution was drawn up at the lead mines. The resolution contained a list of grievances against the British government and proclaiming the willingness of the signatories to die for their liberty. This document is a historical forerunner of the Declaration of Independence. The Shot Tower took 7 years to build. Shot of varying sizes was molded, sorted, and shipped down the river from this tower. The tower stands at 75 feet tall. Beneath the base is a lower shaft from the tower floor that drops 75 feet to the river level, giving the shaft a total length of 150 feet. The kettle was reached through an access tunnel near the river, which provided a constant supply of water. The cooled shot would then be sorted and taken down the river to the market. The thick stone walls of the shot tower provided support and ensured a constant interior temperature so that the shot wouldn't cool too quickly during its long drop. Now from here, we're going to head straight down to Hillsville, which is a beautiful little town with a wonderful historic district. Here you can see the courthouse where the Floyd Allen kerfuffle occurred. Twice a year, Hillsville has a huge flea market on Labor Day and Memorial Day. It usually gets over 500,000 visitors. So if you're riding in this area during this time, you might want to make a detour around Hillsville or plan to stay and enjoy the festivities. Okay, from here we're going to head back to Willville, and that is the end of this route.